Hello and warm welcome to join us for this edition of AN English News, and I am Abdul Ahad Mohammadi. Afghan insurgent groups reacted positively to an impassionate appeal from Pakistan Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani for all stakeholders to enter into an intra-Afghan dialogue in order to stabilize their country. The Taliban spokesman said that the militant leadership would discuss the matter and issue a formal reaction. Afghan ambassador to Islamabad, Umar Daudzai, said the Pakistani leader's move was positive, but he challenged him to take practical steps. Meanwhile, Gairat Bahir, the Hizb Islami political whip, welcomed the initiative and even offered to lend its support to what it said was a vindication of its principled stand. Suspected militant havens in Pakistan could jeopardize the U.S. strategy in Afghanistan. Secret cables exchanged between the U.S. ambassador in Kabul and his superiors in Washington revealed. The Washington Post reported on Saturday. According to the report, Ryan Crocker had sent a secret cable last month through CIA contacts warning that the safe havens that insurgent fighters allegedly enjoyed in Pakistan were failing years of U.S. efforts to place curbs on the likes of Haqqani network and ultimately plans to hand over security responsibilities to Afghan security forces. Hundreds of Afghans have again taken to the streets to protest against the burning of the Holy Quran in a U.S. military base in northern Parwan province. Fresh demonstrations took place in several locations on Saturday across the country, with a UN compound in Kunduz province coming under attack. At least 27 people are reported to have been killed since the protests began on Tuesday, and many more wounded. In northeastern Kunduz province, thousands of protesters were massing near a UN compound, attempting to set it ablaze. In eastern Afghanistan, protesters threw rocks at police and tried to storm the governor's house in Laghman province. Second Vice President Muhammad Karim Khalili on Saturday introduced cabinet nominees to the lower house of parliament for a confidence vote. The assembly has asked the ministers to appear before the house on Monday and Tuesday to present their programs. The legislators will decide the fate of the minister-designate on Wednesday. Khalili asked parliamentarians to vote for the candidates on the basis of their competency and qualifications. 7 of the 9 ministers failed to win the trust vote when they were nominated 2 years ago. 5 of them have since been working as acting ministers. U.S. officials visited the capitals of all 5 Central Asian republics this week amid a broader diplomatic push to negotiate new transportation agreements that will enable the U.S. military to withdraw from Afghanistan when the time comes without having to rely mainly on land roads through Pakistan. Officials said a briefing team drawn from several U.S. agencies visited all former Soviet republics that are close to or share borders with Afghanistan. The officials described the trip as part of routine U.S. engagement in the region, but the visits come as the U.S. lays the groundwork for withdrawal of combat forces from Afghanistan in 2014. Long-time Yemeni Vice President Abdurrabbu Mansour Hadi took the oath of office as president on Saturday ahead of formal handover of power by veteran strongman Ali Abdullah Saleh. Hadi pledged to preserve the country's unity, independence and territorial integrity in a swearing-in ceremony in parliament. Saleh, who arrived back in Sana'a from medical treatment in the United States earlier Saturday, is to formally transfer the reins of power in a ceremony at the presidential palace on Monday. The handover will put the seal on a hard-won November transfer of power deal. The Red Cross has begun moving women, children and the wounded from part of the besieged Syrian city of Homs. Syrian Arab Red Crescent ambulances drove into the suburb of Baba Amr, which has been under heavy attack after negotiations earlier in the day. The news came as a major conference was held in Tunisia, pushing for aid access. The conference ended with a declaration calling on the Syrian government to end violence immediately, allow humanitarian access, and permit the delivery of relief supplies. The declaration also vowed to step up sanctions on Syria. Iran has sharply stepped up its controversial uranium enrichment drive, the UN Nuclear Agency said on Friday in a report that will further inflame Western fears. The Islamic Republic is pushing ahead with atomic bomb plans. The nuclear watchdog also gave details of its mission to Tehran last week, where Iran failed to respond to allegations of research relevant to developing nuclear arms, a blow to the possible resumption of diplomatic talks that could help calm worries about a new war in the Middle East. The agency continues to have serious concerns regarding possible military dimensions to Iran's nuclear program, the IAEA added. And that's all for now. Thanks for being with us.